3, 2, 1, click. This is Date With Us, a dating sim podcast where two lover girls, me, Kanisha,
and me, Claire,
date, mate, and rate cyber sweeties because every gamer needs a little love in their saves.
We're inviting you to join us for our digital debriefs about our pixelized paramours. Whether they're in visual novels, roguelites, or funky indie darlings, we'll dish on who we're romancing and if our choices really mattered.
It doesn't matter if you're here to get love, lust, or just the bus.
You'll get to know at least one worthwhile person. Yourself.
So, light some candles,
partake in a vice of your choosing,
and we'll give you the lowdown on the games to download.
Theater it is.
Theater it is. Let's go. I'm also band geek. I did band in middle school, high school. I did trumpet and saxophone.
I knew it. I was gonna guess. I also played trumpet.
Do I give off that
God.
like band geek energy?
Yeah.
Trumpet vibes? I'll take that as a
Brass
compliment.
vibes.
Yep.
Kanisha, you just said you did that too. How would you say it takes one to know one for trumpet vibes?
I think most band people can pick out a brass player, a high brass. Yeah.
Well, those dulcet tones that you hear coming into your ears, depending on how much of that we didn't ruthlessly cut, according to Kanisha, is this
Too
week's
much man
guest.
Sorry.
Yeah.
We're actually going to have to do an exact, you know that website that's like, is a man talking? And you just push the button in the meeting when a man's talking and then when not a man is talking. And then at the end, you can like tell. Are you familiar with this?
I had no idea what this was, but I love it.
Oh, dang. It's literally like, is a man talking or something? And
We
the
should
ratio,
start doing that in our meetings, actually.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But also, like, we used to use it, me and a friend used to use it in a D&D game that, like, I was running, but there was just a man in the game who talked all the time. So, anyway, all of that to say, our first man is on Date With Us today, and we're so happy to have him. And we gave him a doozy of a game to talk with us about. So, Jared, I'm going to read your bio here.
Okay.
So feel free to interrupt with any other relevant things you care about. Jared.
And if you stumble, just start from the top. You know,
Just start from the top. Just take my sweet time. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, take your time. We should probably do multiple takes, actually, just so we can get the right one. Ooh,
do one in
multiple.
an accent,
multiple. Let's try like different
What kind of
takes.
accent should I do?
Start with British.
All right. Jared, graphic designer and podcaster. I have a love of everything Nintendo, especially Pokemon and Zelda. Two franchises that made me fall in love with gaming. I totally should have changed this to third person. He's a big fan of music, playing both the guitar and piano, and loves music and video games and how it can connect people on an emotional level to the worlds they're playing through. He hosts the Play Along podcast with his two co-hosts, Kai and Ben, where they play through video games in a book club format. How'd I do?
That was so good, actually.
Just reading about me in a British accent makes me sound way more interesting than I actually am.
He was like, most
I was like, oh man, who is this person?
You're like,
Hello?
wow, so intriguing.
So intriguing. Yes, thank you so much for having me. I love the cold open. I love just being here. Yeah, it's so fun. And I've been so excited to talk about this game and to be here, guys. I've been so excited.
Oh, hell yeah. So we like to get like a little bit of people's lore, specifically surrounding dating sims, dating sim history. Do you have a favorite one? Have you played many before? Tell us about your history with dating sims.
So dating sims are interesting because I have very little experience with them. But I love like romance options in games. Like I love games like Mass Effect where I can romance all the sexy aliens. I love,
Damn it.
even if there's no romancing, we had before recording talked about Hades. Like everyone's fucking hot in that game. Like I love, which is surprising that I never kind of went over to the dating sim side because I like visual novels. I like romancing in video games, but had never really dabbled into that side of video game genre before. I would say the one that I have the most experience with, and that is one of my favorites, which is, you know, similar to what we're going to be talking about today, was Doki Doki Literature Club. Like that one.
Scary.
Love me some Doki Doki. Very, very scary. But yeah, I love, and that's why I love listening to your guys' show, because I love finding new, like, romance and dating sims to play, because I love just, like, branching out and trying different genres of video games. And again, I do love the style of games, right? I'm a big anime nerd. I'm always shipping characters anyway, so I'm already there. I'm already right there anyways.
Do you have any ships you'd like to shout out just while you have a moment?
Oh my gosh, putting me on the spot. I don't know. There's so many.
Not me, like, tell me if you were going to write fan fiction, who you would write fan fiction about. Just, we just like to know here.
Yeah. It is one of those things where, like, you ask me about an anime, and now every anime I've watched has now left my brain. And I've never seen an anime before in my entire life. I never got to, like, write fan fiction levels, but it was close. Like, as a kid, I was like, I was already shipping characters, and I loved, like characters that clearly weren't romancing each other. But I was like, but what if?
We call those a crack ship.
We love a crack ship.
We love a crack ship.
Yes. So, and I always liked, like, I'm a very, like, shonen action anime too, but I love like slice life stuff, and I love like anime like that too. I'm watching My Dress Up Darling right now. Like, My Dress Up Darling is season 2 is so good. And see, like, that's just like, oh, you guys just need to be in love. You guys both love each other. Just like, come on, man. Yes, exactly. I just started season 2. I think I'm like 3 or 4 episodes into season 2, and it's so good. It's so cute. I love it.
Really
like stuff
delightful.
like that. Like, I love stuff like that. So it's interesting how dating sims kind of have passed me by in terms of like the video game side of things too. And it's funny because even this is not your traditional dating sim per se.
Yeah. I think the more we play, I feel like the more I continue to come back to the same thesis, which is like dating sim is actually such a broad genre that people think is a very small genre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems niche, but there's so many branches off of like dating sim. There's so many different kinds of dating sims, and it's cool because there's like something for everybody, right? You have your own flavor of however you want to absorb this kind of content. There's so many different ways for you to do that.
Yeah. And a surprising amount, I mean, maybe not surprising to most people, but surprising to me, amount of horror dating sims.
Yes, horror dating.
So much scary dating. And I'm like, I guess dating is scary, but amazing. Well, Kanisha and I, as we've said earlier, are also using this podcast as a thinly guised reason to fall in love. So we are doing one of the New York Times 36 questions to fall in love with anyone in every single episode. So hopefully by our, 36th-ish episode, everyone will also be in love with us, which will be great.
Yes, that's the goal.
Yes. So today's question, which is already question 8 somehow.
Wow.
Name 3 things that you and your conversational partners appear to have in common. So I think we each have to name 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
How superficial should they be?
I think it can be varied, right? It's like early on in the process of these questions. So like I'm imagining all of us sitting in a bar and like this is the question that
I like that.
Like
and it should apply to all 3 of us, we think?
in theory. And it's
I
like because usually
too.
it would just be one-on-one, but
Right. So this is
we're
something
probably
that all 3 of us.
positive on Date With Us. So this
Welcome
is
to
about
our
all 3 of us.
polycule for this episode.
Hey, let's go. Okay,
Amazing.
so this would be us, like the 3 of us then,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay. And we're each coming up with 3?
Yeah.
Oh, God, okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear my cat screaming in the background?
But it's really cute.
I have our first one. All of us are pet owners, pet lovers.
Yes.
Yeah, we all like pets. First of all,
I like
all
animals.
pro animal.
Pets. We talked about musician.
Everybody has
right.
played an instrument.
Everyone has played an instrument, more or less.
Video game
Video
lovers.
games. Yeah. I was trying to not do video games because I was like,
That's
I'm like, let me
that.
take all the easy ones.
Okay.
I mean, anime. We brought up Dress Up Darling season 2, so anime, I imagine.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
2 more, Jared.
Because it's interesting that it's like phrased in such a way that it's like appear to have in common.
That's what I'm saying.
It feels like it's actually leaning into the superficial in a way.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just like making you like, I mean, it's a really good structured question because it's like making you have to give more information to answer it.
Yeah.
It's leading you out.
I see. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of something.
The way I'm like, I guess we all have dark hair.
Okay. Yes.
It said appear, okay?
That's
I was
true.
going for
You know
one
what?
appear.
Thank you. Yes.
But we're a bunch of humans here. Got 3 humans. Wrong.
Jared, do you wear corrective lenses?
I don't. I'm a loser. I'm a loser of good vision.
He can see.
On top
Ugh,
of being a man, he has
red flag. He has good vision. God, awful.
20/20 vision can see all the red flags.
I could change. If I put on glasses, I won't be able to see. So it's like that's kind of like I'll be able to be in there too. So.
I think that would make the rest of your day really hard.
Yeah, let's find something else.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Yeah, Kanisha, what do you got?
Okay, I'm gonna ask us some questions. Let's just
Okay,
feel it out.
okay, cool.
How do we feel about?
I don't know where this question is going to go.
1 second. Okay, Claire's a Capricorn.
Okay.
Nine.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay, what's your big three, Jared?
My big three.
Like in astrology. Oh, this is
What is your sign?
That wasn't a good
to
sign.
start with. What is? Do you know what your regular sign is?
Yeah. Yes. I'm an Aquarius.
Whoa.
Is that bad?
No, it's just interesting.
Okay. Do I
I'm
not
a
give
Capricorn, so you're
do I
right
not
out.
give Aquarius vibes?
Were you born in January?
February?
Because I was gonna be
Jared,
like,
are you a fuckboy?
Oh,
No.
Okay, great. I only know one February Aquarius man, and he is a fuckboy. So I was just curious if it was like a trait that carries through or not.
I've been married for 8 years and been with the same person for 13 years.
So not a fuckboy.
not at all.
All right. Well,
I was gonna say
I don't know how
maybe
Aquariuses work.
I don't know how it work either.
I was gonna say like maybe we were all born in months that start with J, but your birth ruined that. So we have to find something else.
I'll be January.
Because Aquarius is an air. Air.
Well, I haven't. It's an
Aquarius
air
water?
sign.
Well, that's confusing because it's like
Yeah,
waves,
I know.
you know.
Yeah, it is an air sign, and I think it goes from late January into February.
Yes.
I'm
Because it
the
comes
11th.
after the Capricorn.
I'm early February, early-ish February.
Okay,
11th.
let's dig for something else. How do we all feel about cold weather?
Positively.
Okay. I like cold weather.
I do too.
He's just like, you do
Wait.
not, but that's fine.
I do too.
Wait, okay. So how many
wait.
of these do we have? We need 9 of these. We got video games,
anime,
my
pets,
dark hair cop out, pets,
Dark hair.
instruments.
Do we all have mechanical keyboards?
I do have a mechanical keyboard.
Yes.
Perfect. Mechanical keyboards.
Keyboard nerds.
Keyboard nerds. My keyboard's a Jujutsu Kaisen keyboard too.
Oh, big nerd.
I love. Yeah, that's
I love
embarrassing.
that.
but that's
Big
cool.
nerd. You think that's embarrassing? That's so funny.
Sorry.
What's worse? You know what's even more funny? Here, I'm gonna like lift it up. There is no like visible letters
Oh,
on this.
hell yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
type
That's
on this
cool, though.
regularly,
That's actually very
Yeah.
impressive.
but it's like I can't
Look.
really see the letters I'm typing on. So.
In keyboard class, you're supposed to learn how to type without looking at the letters. So
Yeah.
I'm just like one
Oh,
finger
no.
kind of. No, that's not me.
Oh, okay.
it's like, wait,
No.
you made your life so much harder with that keyboard then.
Okay, with the cold weather question, my caveat is I don't like being cold.
also
I like
don't
being warm in cold weather, but I hate being cold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in California, so like maybe I don't like cold because anything colder than like 60 degrees, I'm like, no, this
Yeah,
is.
I
I think
this is
I'm
too
the
much.
problem here.
Oh no, damn it!
I'm an indoor
Not the
child.
problem.
I had too many allergies as a kid that winter is like my favorite season because everything's just dead and
Yeah,
I could
yes.
breathe. Like,
You know what? That is fair. I'm kind of like just fucked either way because like I have terrible seasonal allergies, which is probably just every season because it happens every time the weather decides to change. And in like springtime,
Do you
I'm
have
just like,
allergies, Kanisha?
We all have seasonal allergies.
yeah, let's go. We found it. That's 7. We need 2
Two
more.
more.
Two
Two
more.
more. Okay,
Did any of
okay.
us play sports as children?
I did.
Yes.
I was a swimmer in high school.
You swam in high school. What'd you do, Claire?
I
forgot.
lost a tooth playing basketball. And
I
I
also
stopped
played
playing
basketball.
basketball.
I think you say I also lost a tooth, and I was like, that's
That
so
would've been
specific.
crazy. But I also played basketball, and I also stopped for a health reason. I had asthma, and I would like. Yeah,
Not me laughing at your asthma. I'm so sorry.
that's okay.
I played water polo, which is just basketball in the water. So I mean,
Him trying to fit in, like, no, that's not
so
right.
fancy. Also, very water sports focused.
yes,
As a youth.
yes.
Aquarius who likes water sports.
Told you. Hey, it all makes sense. Oh man. Okay.
One more.
One more.
Have we all been to another country?
No.
Ugh,
I've barely
okay.
been out of the state.
Okay.
Fancy.
I know.
I've
No, I
never
want that
been
job.
west of South Dakota, though, so I totally feel you. Oh, I have another gimme. Are you
Okay.
ready for this? We're literally all gaming podcasters and haven't brought that up yet.
No, Claire, that's so boring.
But why? Jared can plug his podcast and then we can start the episode.
I'm trying to avoid that. No.
Look,
But you're
no
not
wonder
still
you keep
playing.
looking. No, you see her eyes glance down. Kanisha's been playing this whole time.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's
Well,
okay. Plug your
actually, I
podcast
literally
here.
just spilled my coffee on my desk.
Oh, no.
So you just get more time.
The universe is on my
damn
side.
it. Someday we're going to do this fucking episode. Okay.
Oh,
Was there a casualty, though? Are all your things okay?
she's gone. She's
Nope.
left.
Bye.
I'm living for the chaotic energy of this episode.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I don't think it's the experience we wanted to give you, but glad you're enjoying it.
We made it. Did you plug your podcast or would you like to?
Oh yeah, I'll do
Your
that.
podcast?
yeah.
Okay. We're all podcasters.
Hey,
Hey!
yes.
Jared, what do you podcast?
Yes, so I host the Play Along podcast with myself and my other two co-hosts, Kai and Ben. Essentially, what we do there is, like Claire said, kind of a book club style thing where we each take turns picking a game and then we break the game down into sections. Every other week, we come together and talk about each one of those games. The cool thing is all three of us have a wide range of games that we love. So we played so many different things, from retro games to, again, we've done some dating sims on there as well, some Mass Effect, we've done long games. So there's a little bit of something for everybody, all kinds of different games, which is cool. And honestly, you can find the podcast anywhere, wherever you're listening right now, you can find Play Along podcasts.
Yay.
Amazing. Now that we have gotten all of our technology, all of our beverages, all of our commonalities out on the table, it is finally time to talk about Hatoful Boyfriend.
Here.
Wow.
Is anybody feeling called to read the Steam description?
Okay, so the Steam description for Hatoful Boyfriend. Congratulations, you've been accepted as the only human student at the prestigious St. PigeoNation's Institute, a school for talented birds. Roam the halls and find love in between classes as a sophomore student at the world's greatest pigeon high school.
Heck yeah. This game was released in September of 2014. It was developed by Mediatonic and Hatomoa and published by Epic Games. Hatomoa is what, from my understanding, is a woman game developer who actually worked on this game first, and then they picked up. So it was originally called Hatoful Boyfriend: A School of Hope and White Wings, which launched the series, and it was actually released originally in 2011 as a one-person project by Hatomoa, and then it got a big following. And it's interesting because I have seen both different pronoun uses for Hatomoa, so I don't actually know that much about this person.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are several different like sequels and built out other versions of this game. The original game is $9.99 and a wild ride.
Mm-hmm. Worth every penny.
The content warnings, which
Wait, can I read the content warnings?
Yes.
Take a quick break.
please.
Okay. Woo, I love chaos. Content warnings. None listed on the stream page, but when searched, from Tumblr user Atroquinine.
Shout out.
Nailed it.
My full trigger list for Hatoful Boyfriend and its sequel, for anyone curious, is war and genocide, suicide, including coerced suicide, murder, including decapitation and dismemberment, cannibalism, guns, terminal illness and biological weaponry, perusing monster-based horror, unreality, scientific experimentation-based horror, racism, childhood trauma and parent death, infanticide, or more accurately, bird abortion, emotional manipulation, unhealthy codependent relationships, death of a romantic interest, twisted morality and gray morality, and general heartbreakery.
Tag yourself. I'm more accurately bird abortion. It's also, it is worth saying, just like in today's moment, that the genocide reference is specific to birds killing all humans. It is not specific to one group of humans or one group of birds. It is specific to all humans.
Yes.
Yeah.
All humans bad. Wild content warning, by the way. This is just like, especially going into this, if you don't really know what it's about. And again, the Steam page doesn't have any list of these things. And then seeing this list, you're like, oh, This is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. Most of these trigger warnings are in a different part of the game, which we will touch on in a little bit. A lot of them, you could probably make it through 1 or 2 runs of this game without getting too deep into any of these, like maybe some of the manipulation or like general heartbreakery for sure. There's one specific storyline that you'll, deal with the suicide in at first. But yeah, so mechanics, this section I suspect will go very quickly. This is a visual novel. How did everybody play? I played mostly on the Steam Deck.
I also play on my Steam Deck.
I just played on PC.
And controls wise, it's literally just like click to go forward and select your choices.
Yeah.
I was a little annoyed on the Steam Deck because I wanted the buttons to work a little differently than they did. But right trigger forward. Once I got used to right trigger forward instead of trying to like use the button all the time, it worked better.
I've been using this button on the back, R4, I think it is.
Oh, yeah. Well, there are some customizational abilities there, and mostly you're just going to go forward because it's a visual novel. There are some like skip features as well as you're going through different endings that you can like fast forward to your next choices.
Very
and
nice.
There's maybe 2 or 3 pages worth of save slots that you can have.
Yeah.
3.
It's like, okay, 3. It's like not an overwhelming amount, but it's enough that there's like some play for you.
Yes.
World lore plot. I suspect we're sort of going to hit on world lore plot twice. I think this first part is like setting the stage, and then we'll go through characters and like our initial romance plot lines. And then we'll go full spoilers because we're going to have to get into the like big ending stuff later. So heads up, if you want to play Hatoful Boyfriend, it is a fun game to go into not knowing what is going on, I would say.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also, like, if you are sensitive to any of the things that we said,
Just be aware.
Be aware and know that it is very hokey, and it is literally like the imagery is photos of birds on beautifully drawn like backgrounds.
Yes.
So there is a sense of like tongue-in-cheek playfulness with it, but like it does get dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the world we're living in is like, I don't know, like 100 years in the future. It is not that far in the future.
Yeah, which is terrifying. Birds will take over. I'm calling it here now. Birds will take over.
Yeah.
Jared, do you want to set the stage for us a little bit with this world that we're joining at St. PigeoNations?
Yeah, so what's funny too about this is I didn't really know anything about this going into it too. So I didn't know the idea of this. So you are a high schooler, you're a girl going to this all pigeon school, and that was the first thing that I hadn't realized. I was like, oh, I'm a human, and these are all like birds that are here, which is cool, which is great. We love that. Yeah, I mean that is genuinely the plot. Is you're going to the school, you are new to the school of all birds, and you're trying to again fit in, do normal school stuff, sports, have relationships with different people and everything. You have your kind of best friend that's also there with you, but you're at an all bird school, which is it's fun.
And your best friend is also a bird.
Your best friend's also a bird too.
You grew up together.
I'm trying to like picture the logistics to this, right, as I'm going through this. So you're like obviously human, and they're all, I'm imagining bird sized. So they're like, there's the sizes of birds as you're walking and talking to them. Okay.
But they're in, I don't know, it seems to me you are in a building that was built for humans. Like you're in a school that was built for humans. Like they're like, perched on desks and whatnot. So,
which is just a fun visual of like a classroom with like birds just like on the backs of chairs sitting down.
So cute.
Yeah, I think without getting too deep into any lore or plot, over the course of your first couple runs, you discover that like geopolitically there are a number of factions in play. Most importantly, the hawks and the doves.
Yes.
Hawks are the people who think that all humans should be dead.
The birds, the birdies who think that all people should be dead.
Are the birds who think that all people should be dead. And then the doves are like the organization that think that there is a way to have humans and birds coexist.
Before we get too far, I do want to ask y'all a question. When you were going through your playthroughs, did you opt to have the human portraits come up? Or
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, absolutely.
I toggled it on and off, just depending on like how I was feeling.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it up again in regard to a particular character because I'm curious.
Well, and like for me, it helped because in the sections where they weren't present, they started becoming the characters in my brain. Or like, even though I was looking at pictures of birds, right? They started becoming those characters as like plot lines were fleshed out, and as characters, I started connecting with more characters. They started like representing their little anime portraits in my head, which helped for me because I was like, oh, this is like, this is a person now. Like, this is an individual to me. It's not like I feel like you can get away with being like, it's just, these are birds. But they started becoming individuals in my head as the storylines progressed and everything too, especially when there's a lot of real human emotion tied to a lot of these scenarios that we deal with.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Any other stuff about this like early table setting world lore plot before we dive into characters? Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I realized I might be missing one or two from my list in the outline, actually. In the 2014 remake, they added 2 love interests, but one of them was only added on PS4 and Vita, not on PC. So
That's so
wild.
random.
we meet that character again in the sequel, so I'm just going to ignore them for now. But Asami, the like motorcycle bird, gets added in the 2014 version, which I did not write that description, but all these other ones I did write these descriptions. Very good descriptions.
Yeah.
Somebody want to read character names? I want to hear about people's favorites as we go as well.
I'll start. Okay, so there's.
This is going to be interesting too, because obviously there's no voice acting in this. So how we pronounce all these characters' names? Ryota.
Okay. Okay, so there's Ryota Kawara, a rock dove, and is your best friend character, love interest.
And then we also have Kazuyaki Nanaki, who is a quail, who is your math teacher, which I don't know about the both of you, but I love this trope in like anime. Like the very like lazy, sleepy teacher is a great trope that I love so much. And Kazuyaki's great, by the way, too. Like falling asleep mid-sentence is hilarious.
Sweet man. The sweet man. Oh, and then there is Sakuya Labelle Shirogane, who is a fantail dove, who I have written French fancy feathers. And I think that's really what you need to know about Sakuya is that, like,
honestly
he's
nailed
like
it. That's
kind
all
of
you
an
really need to know.
asshole, was like taught a lot of bad takes by his rich family growing up, and is like a noble with a lot of pressure on himself.
And then there's Nageki Juhishiro, mourning dove, and a library lurker. He is a freshman that just you only see in the library, and has an interesting story.
We'll get more into it too, but Nageki's route was the route I went first.
Oh,
That's the first thing I did. Yeah. We'll get into that. But Nageki, like, I don't know what it was. If it was just like the isolated motif or being alone, I was like, that sucks. Like, I want to go down this route. I want to be like friends with this person. I want to explore that. So, and oh boy, was that an interesting first credits to roll going down Nageki's route. Yeah. Next, we have Yuya Sakazaki. Yes, fantail pigeon. I love the also French on here as well. The also French. Also French is good. Another very fancy French pigeon that is
Shuawamane is literally Dr. Creep. Like,
bad vibes
like
immediately.
School nurse-ish, but like not like giving mad scientist, not giving school nurse, but does work in the infirmary. Yuya also works in the infirmary with Shu, but seemingly not in a collaborative way, more so in a keeping tabs on him way.
Yeah. I like to say that though he is a creep, Shu had my favorite like human character design because of the glasses. I thought that was such a nice detail between like bird design and human design.
It is unfortunate that Shu's human portrait is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Just went from
like, you're a creep, but here we are.
Here we are, you know?
Yeah.
Azami Koshiba is, like Claire had brought up, motorcycle driving, Tokoyami saleswoman, everything. Interesting character, right? Like I said, motorcycle riding, very badass. We meet that character early on too, and I like Azami.
She always says, "Carve it onto your soul," and I love that.
Yes, very. There's a lot of passion coming from Azami, and I appreciate that a lot.
Okay, and then there's Engel Higure. Who is really good at pulling people into his role-playing fantasies, which is great.
Yeah, we love that.
He very cool power.
And Yeah, last but not least, Okasan, who is the pigeon that is most closely still related to the pigeons of old. Not the brightest bulb in the box, incredibly athletic, obsessed with pudding.
You have to read what you wrote, which is pudding song.
Yeah, Okasan pudding song. That's
pudding son.
Oh,
don't
cute.
force me to read my own writing.
No,
Don't
because
force me
I
to
was
read
like,
my
that
words.
needs to be on
Yeah.
record.
Oh my
Pudding
God.
song.
I loved Oko. I love Sod so much. That was one of my favorites. That was the second route that I went
Nice.
down because I was just like, I love this character so much, and I love
Wow.
the, like you said, very bird like motifs that is still very much present
Oh, yeah.
there. And I was like, I want to see where this goes. I want to see what this is.
You had a wild ride with this game.
I did.
Okay, in our first couple of runs, who did we romance? Who were we drawn to?
I'm problematic, so my first romance was the teacher. I was just like, let's just see.
Sleepy teacher?
Let's
Let's just see what happens. Yeah, sleepy teacher. I just liked his vibe.
Yeah.
As we go through these, do you want to like touch a little bit? Because we go spoiler cast at this point. I feel like sometimes people listen
Sure.
to hear what these capes are like anyway. So if you want to give a little cliff notes, you don't, no pressure if you feel like it's better for people to experience. But if there's anything you want to share about the run.
I'll do a light spoiler cast then.
Mhm.
I believe this is a bird that only has one ending, I think. Like one character dedicated ending. Romancing Kazuyaki, basically it's a very there's just not huge romantic moments. Basically, anytime you try to talk to him, he's either telling you about your grades or falling asleep mid-sentence. But I liked that he had a very gentle presence and was very polite. There's an instance where you're out in the park at night and he's like, "Can I walk you home?" And it's very interesting because I think this is a really good route to start with because you kind of dip your toe into some of the plot and the background machinations without lore dump or you're like, what the hell is going on? And you get to see some interactions and tensions between Kazuyaki and the doctor, who is suspicious to everyone and as Claire said, very immediately
he's so sinister.
He's so evil.
Yeah, evil off rip, just immediately evil.
You're harshing my whole vibe. But yeah, I loved playing because it was just so fun and lighthearted. And it was I think the perfect balance between this is about to go off the rails and I'm just playing a dating sim. Cute. So yeah.
Kazuyaki was the route that I intended to go down originally. I also had the same mentality. I just go down the teacher route. I'll go down that route first. It was until I had the scene with Nageki, which you don't get immediately, right? You get most of the cast immediately, and then a couple scenes happen where you're in the library alone and you're studying and you meet Nageki there. And yeah, that's the route that I went down first. Again, it was more just you're by yourself. That sucks. You need people and friends and connections at any capacity. So that's the route that I went down first. And again, like you were saying, very, I guess we're here for the spoilers and everything with it too. Nageki's route is a sad one. It is a very deep, dark route. The entire time, Nageki's someone that's very down most of the time, doesn't really want to spend any time interacting, and you don't know why. Nageki's in the library for most of the time, and you invite him to go to some of the festivals, and you learn that Nageki physically can't leave the library. Before you learn anything else, you learn that. And I already started, at that point, I started to get little nods of just something supernatural-esque was happening here. I didn't notice until later. I don't know if you guys picked up on this as well, but the more scenes you have with Nageki, the pigeon character drawing will start to be more and more transparent. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I started to catch on that, and I was like, oh, Nageki's a ghost. Nageki's a ghost that's trapped living in this library and everything. And once that happened, I was hooked. I was in. I was like, okay, we're going to figure it out. We're going to help you either move on or be happy or whatever, because I just want you to be happy. That's all I want. I just want you to be happy. I can fix him, I promise. Oh, gosh. That's maybe why I was like, you know what? I can fix him. I can make this work. Yeah, that was the very first thing I went down. So that was like the set dressing for my Hatoful Boyfriend experience was Nageki's
And they
route.
said there is a lot more than meets the eye in Nageki's route, so they really kick you off. The first time I played this game was like 4 years ago now, and I remember immediately going down Yuya's route because much like my dear friend Kanisha, I too have toxic tendencies sometimes. And I was like, oh my God, he's flirting so much. Let me be mean to him. And then let me see what happens. Because if I'm too nice to him, he'll ignore me. And so obviously I was like, let me get myself in between these brothers immediately to figure out what's going on here. And then I was like, fuck Sakuya. We love Yuya.
Oh, yeah. I was immediately fuck Sakuya in the beginning. So I was like, no.
By the end, I have some different feelings about him, but we'll get into that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, I am a Yuya truther. I am like, Yuya and the female main character are 100% soulmates meant to be together. I don't think, I was like, this is what it is. But so I did that one first the first time. But then I will say this time when I loaded in and like restarted the whole thing, I did go down the teacher route first because I had that feeling of like, maybe this would be a good way. Because I knew I was going to try to 100% the game. So I was like, maybe this is a good way to like remind myself what secret plots happen in this game. Any other highlights from like original runs of folks? Sakuya, I don't even remember his original run. You run for student council with him.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, and Sakuya's too, you learn a lot about his relationship with his parents and like kind of the overbearing pressure of having this aristocratic life that he has and how he really loves music. Except his father is not very supportive of his musical tendencies too. So that's like you were saying, that's kind of where I started to like, okay, like that started to grow on me a little bit. But in the beginning, Sakuya was
also,
like,
how is Sakuya playing the piano?
Just little bird
Let's not
feathers.
think
just
too
like,
hard about that.
But like, it's even more impressive, right? Like, I'm like, dang.
I'd like my mind went the opposite, right? Because when our character walks in and it overhears Sakuya playing, it like, oh, it sounds beautiful, but I like to imagine just like birds like smacking a keyboard and just like, or even walking alongside the keyboard actually instead. I like that. I like that imagery much better.
Gosh. And then Sanoko's run, Okasan's run, you are helping in one of, so that one has two different endings. One is like the regular romance thing, and then one is like Pudding Gate. Where
Pudding Apocalypse.
Yes.
Pudding Apocalypse, yeah. Yeah, I loved this. Again, Okasan was just like the very much comic relief of this. The route is funny. It's very over the top. There's lots of like, I wrote down some notes here of a lot of Pokemon puns. He says wing attack a lot, which I think is so hilarious.
Funny. Yeah.
He drops a Gurren Lagann reference saying Giga Drill Break, which I thought was hilarious. If you all seen Gurren Lagann, great anime by the way. But it's just like I love that. I love the little anime drops that he put in.
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yes.
Me pulling up all the people, all my notes with the little photo images of everybody because I was like, now which ones did I think were cute and which ones did I not?
Yeah, which ones?
Fulfill your promise run. I wrote like 4 question marks next to.
Yeah,
and then Azami's that was added later. It makes sense to me that was added later because it is very self-contained.
Yes,
doesn't even kick off until like term 2 of the
you have to get far in to go down that way, and like kind of the same with Angel Ankel. There's like totally different stories happening there. Like with Azami, there's like a punkjin, which is pigeon plus punk gang that's running about
the gang and everything
causing trouble, and so you help her with that and like helping with the restaurant subsection because there's like a whole option where you can go work at a cafe and meet other folks there away from the school.
Yeah, I think that was the third route that I went down. I ended up doing taking the summer job, working at the cafe and getting the whole Azami and her like mafia past, and then the guy that frequents the cafe ends up being like the leader before of everything. It's strange. And they were in love too.
There's so much drama.
It's so much drama.
This game has so much lore.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's so much to unpack, and like okay, we touched on and then Ryuta's is like slow burn friends to lovers.
Yes.
Kazuaki is the teacher, also kind of slow burn. Also, I do want to discuss the very end of the teacher run, which you profess your care, and he's actually like, that's so kind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be here.
Yeah.
So funny.
That was like also too why I picked it first, because I was like kind of litmus test to see like how weird this game is. Like, are you gonna let this happen or no? And I was like pleasant. Like, it was a very devastating
I
ending.
know.
So much grief, but I was glad that I was glad that the boundary was set.
Do you want to actually walk us through it? I implied, but didn't actually say what.
So it sounded like Jared wanted to say, so you can go ahead.
Kanisha said, Jared will explain this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not me trying to remember what.
Okay, so I will do it. So basically, one day you find a phone, and it's your teacher's phone, Kazusaki's phone. And because he has narcolepsy or something, he walks really slow. So you follow him after school, and you stop in the park, and when you like grab the phone, you notice that a photo falls out, I guess, of the case or whatever. And you pick it up, and it is a Polaroid like instant photo that's been marked over with black, permanent marker. And you're like, what is that? And then you put it back and you hand it to him. And you have the option to pretend you didn't see it when you give it to him, I believe, or to bring it up. And, so I chose to bring it up. And then he's like, I think he's just at first like, don't worry about that. Like, not your business, or not your business, not in a rude way, but just like, we're not going to talk about that. But thank you for giving me my phone. Bye. And then, you continue to go to class, you like interact with him, might be skimming over something. But at the very end, you decide to confess your feelings on Legumtine's Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Legumtine's Day. Love that.
It is like basically the scene of the third act.
Yeah.
And it is Valentine's Day, but instead of chocolates, you give the birds beans. And there are a variety of different beans that like kind of match their vibes. So you make this confession by giving Kazusaki your beans. And you're like, Interesting. Yeah, I did say that. Oops. Okay, anyway. We're just going to go right for it.
Keep going.
And so you give him your legumes. God damn it. It's worse.
Yeah, legumes might be worse.
You give him a gift.
You give him a gift. And
a very special gift. Sorry.
And you say, like, I like you. And he's like, I like you too. Like, you're such a funny, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, your character is like, no, that's not what I mean. And he's like, okay, as Claire said, I actually have lost before. That photo that you saw was someone that I loved, thought, we had like, or didn't explicitly say love, but like, I think loved and like really cared for each other. I thought we were going to be with each other to the end. But then they're not here anymore. And I was so overcome with grief and resentment that I crossed out their picture, but I couldn't throw it away. But meeting you and like watching you and like has made me realize that I can grow past this, and like holding on to this resentment isn't a way to honor them, and it's very silly. I want to remember like their beautiful face and not a black crude scribble. So I'm throwing this away. I will be here for your feelings, but for now, you need to go and graduate high school.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Mission critical, become an adult. And then we'll revisit.
Step 1, be an adult. There we go.
It was very like, if you still want to date me in 5 years, come back. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought it was like emotionally devastating, but I was like, this is a very like moving like processing of grief, which again did not expect in the bird game. So fun way to start.
Yeah, well, it's the whole idea of just like losing someone you love and then feeling like you've lost the ability to love now. Like you've cared for someone so much that now that this person is gone, you're unable to ever replicate that feeling again. You just feel like you're never going to be able to get this feeling again. And like you said, it's sad. I mean, you put a lot of investment into this, so it's like when you get not rejected by him, but hearing his backstory and everything it makes sense why you get the crossed out image and everything like that, the photo, you see that frustration too, because I think that emotion also comes up with loss, is you're angry at that person for some reason for not being there and everything too. So
Yeah. I liked him though. He was good.
I
I also loved him as a foil to the Doctor. I was like, this is a very good like balance here. And Shoes Run, speaking of the Doctor, has 2 endings in your first round through as well. One where he murders you and one where he doesn't. Oh, I'm sorry, Kanisha.
It's fine.
Well, I won't say much more about that.
It's fine. Go ahead.
What happens?
I have no idea.
Huh?
I'm good at gaslighting myself, so please go ahead.
I mean, that's really what we don't need to like spoil his whole run. One time, there are 2 different endings for him. In one, you get yourself killed, and in the other, you don't.
Yep.
And then there's the other like option that is in every single version of this game, where if you don't say the right things enough to anyone, you get murdered by the Hawk Party for not ingratiating yourself with the birds enough, which is what happened to me the first time. My very first run through, I died, actually. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
I am the queen of dying in the first run through of any of our games.
You actually are.
I'm like, all in. Go for it. Murdered. Like...
I love that.
Yeah, it's rough out here. And I think that sort of covers a lot of these. Oh, and then Angels shows up, this like little bird with a spot.
Yeah.
Bleeding heart. It's a little bleeding heart bird.
Yes, red chest. And then is like simultaneously between very normal and then very, there's like a flash and then like sort of a characterization change. Help someone. Help someone else explain this.
Hold on, let me help you, because I don't really remember, but it's okay.
Okay, let me do it.
Well, he's just
this is Kanisha saving both of us from not really having much memory of certain routes of this.
Once you get toward the end, it's just like what even happened in the first part? I don't even know.
That's the problem. Sort of with this too is like, for one, there's a lot of lore, like we were talking about, and the ending sections are so pertinent and big and monumental to this narrative that some of these beginning parts just kind of get lost and you just kind of lose some of this too. My brain has all of this ending part to it and the little like in betweens. I'm like, I kind of remember what happened.
It's like goofy and fun.
Yeah.
And then you realize the game is not goofy and fun. So the goofy and fun parts leave.
By goofy and fun parts. Yeah.
Okay. So wait, let me... I have to like search my own brain.
Mind palace.
Okay. My mind palace. Okay, so what happens as he shows up, he keeps giving you what feel like riddles. He's basically like, he gives you like phrases and your choices are to complete the phrases in a way that like makes sense for his narrative. And you're like, oh, at first he's just asking me on dates. This is a very weird way to be, but let's go along with that. And then it becomes clear that he actually is aware of something pertaining to the Doctor, like some nefarious plot or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the critical point of his run is that he asks you, like, is it time? And you say either, no, it's not time yet, or you say it is time and you're immediately killed. So don't ask me how I know that. And so he waits and you take him to the festival, which is an experience. And then hold on, I actually kind of forgot how you get there.
Is this the one that has like the sort of Pokemon style fight?
It is.
I was like, this is like, because he's big, like JRPG guy, right? So he's like the whole, like, there's like the demon bird thing, the demon tree bird.
Yeah.
But there's like a way, like...
And in this one, you have to have certain stats. You have to have gone to certain classes or you will get
like
killed in the end battle.
Extracurriculars to level up your stats and everything.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the stats. So your 3 stats are, your 3 stats are wisdom, vitality, and charm. And you have 3 classes that you can go to as electives, and that's what increases your stats for the most part. So math corresponds with wisdom, gym corresponds with vitality, and charm corresponds with music class.
Yeah.
And your stats, the way they start, I believe you have 1 wisdom stat, 800 vitality stat,
Yeah, which is
and
wild.
Humans.
five charm, I think. Something like that.
Humans.
I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right.
For all the run, like not all of them, but most, like about half of the romanceable characters do have like an associated, what are they called? An associated stat. Yes. An associated stat that would be most helpful to you over the course of the run. And for Angel, I mean, I started like going crazy on vitality. I was like, let me just add as much,
That was my
because like
same
if
mentality.
you like, you're about to get into a fight, so you just need to stockpile as much like HP as you can. And that's what vitality is for this. I think you do get the flag where you see the confrontation between Shu and Kazusaki. Angel comes to find you in the hallway and is like, it's happening. Something's happening. Should we go investigate it? And this is when you're like, yes, we have to go now. Then you go into the fight. And then someone else take away the fight.
And that's when we get the whole Shu thing too. Well, Angel is also the individual that is aware of the things that are happening at the school. Like they're the ones that are actively aware of what's happening. I think it's directly trying to go after Shu, knowing about Shu's involvement with everything else there. But yeah, like a turn-based like RPG fight with the the demonic bird is
where
crazy.
You can die.
Or you can die.
You straight up die.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it is the flag where they're fighting, the doctor and the teacher. There we go. I gaslit myself for real. Yes. So you see that conversation. You decide to side with Kazusaki, and then you go through. I think they have like the shrine visit, and then they have Legamtine's Day. And then after Legamtine's Day, Angel comes up to you, and in his own brittle speak, he's like, shit's going down for real. Like, it's time, and we probably won't come out of this. And then if you win the fight, he turns out like to be an actual fallen angel. And so are you, like, you also existed in this past reality, something like that. And you like knew each other. And he has the thing that you fight is his demonic form that Shu, like, I don't know, conjured or whatever.
Yeah. He like
and
summoned his demon.
Yes. And he's like, this has happened before. I think that is how, like, past life you died or something. And with his defeat, you're like, my evil form has been sealed. But Shu says something ominous, like, this will happen 2 more times. Then you just survive? ? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I have like black spots in my brain for this because I totally forgot about the whole like you were an angel in the past life or whatever, and you had this whole relationship and knew this person beforehand.
Yeah.
Totally. There's so much that happens in this game, guys. You don't realize how many each run has like pages of lore that could possibly, and sometimes they're very different from one another too. Like very different things are happening each run you do. So it is
the content warning unreality is very real for Angel.
Oh, for sure.
It's like I loved how it's clearly like these are real events that are happening, but they're being filtered through like this very powerful delusion or whatever. And it just like fed into the plot more, which I found very fun. And there's a moment later that kind of picks at that too, like in the second part of this game that I will bring up at a later time. But I loved it.
Yeah, they literally say that like Angel's special skill is pulling other people into their delusions.
Yeah.
Which was like, oh, we're all just okay. All right. Sure.
Cool.
Great.
Why not? Yeah, this whole game is wild. I'm actually curious of how you guys feel about some of the, because we kind of have referenced the Hawk Party and the Dove Party and this whole idea of like this split on how to go about humans coexisting with birds.
Yeah.
How did you feel about this whole like very like geological political warfare that's happening in this game too? Because I think it's Yuya's route that starts to kind of unpack that as well. You learn a lot more about the Hawk Party and the Dove Party and Shu's involvement with that. And that's where I was just like, at this point too, I'm like, this game is wild with bringing all of this in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I was playing it, I just was like kind of shocked by how, because this is my first time playing it ever. So I was kind of
Yeah.
like, this is such a crazy moment in time to pick this game up.
Oh yeah.
Like, not just like the conflict, but also like getting into it. The biological weaponry aspect and like literal, like the bird flu and
Yep.
impending pandemic epidemic is like very absurd. So I just felt like I was just like, how is it so prescient, like
Yeah.
what, it was eerie. Yeah.
Yeah, and they called us out sort of over the course of some of these first things before you get into the back half that a lot of the humans were killed from basically a bird flu,
the virus,
that killed a bunch of humans, which is wild. Yeah, Yuya, I loved getting sucked into Yuya's storyline because I was like, oh, thank God, someone's going to tell me what's going on. And so it was like, Yuya's like, come under my wing. I'm so flirtatious and a super spy. And I was like, okay,
yes, I will. Yes, I will.
And so like, I loved getting to learn more about that. And like, also there's just something about like running into someone at the school store that was like, just so like filled my heart of just like actual little school romance lore in juxtaposition with like, and then we need to go figure out if he's actually murdering people or not. And it's like, what? Huh?
Yes, like you said, the juxtaposition between like both of these feelings, where at one point we have like a silly like high school relationship, and at the other point there's like biological warfare that's happening. It's just it's very anime. But I liked Yuya in the beginning, but I didn't have a lot of drawn toward the character as I was exploring other routes. But same with you, Claire. As I did, Yuya's not only, again, had this very kind of like flirtatious, fun relationship with the character that I enjoyed, but gave me answers. Because at that point, I'm like, okay, what the hell is happening? What is happening in this? I got the Nageki kind of ending, and I got some of this stuff, and there's like kind of hints here and there of like things aren't what they seem. But Yuya's like, come here, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what's happening. Let me help you.
You want to know why you live in a cave, girl? Let me tell you why you live in a cave.
Oh my gosh.
We didn't even touch on the fact that we live in a cave and all the birds live in houses.
That's where I was like, okay, something is going on. I don't remember what the scene is. It might be the one because you go on a run, and that's when you run into a zombie eventually. But I'm pretty sure one of the scenes shows a city, and it kind of looks like it's very decrepit, like very post-apocalyptic, like buildings are destroyed and everything. And it happens quickly. It's like, oh, here's a beautiful shrine. You're in like the forest going for a walk. Here's a destroyed city. And you're moving on to the next thing. So
don't think about that for too long.
Don't think about the destroyed city. So that, and also like you said, like living in a cave. Every time you go home, you're just sitting in a cave. And I was like, what's happening here? So Yuya gave me the answers that at least some of the answers that I was looking for.
Yeah.
Is there any other stuff we want to touch on in the first part of the game?
We lost the cannibalism of it all, which is insane.
Oh, with Shu?
Yeah. Because like, at least I discovered this through Yuya's part.
I can't think about this. I'm not ready to think about it. Okay. Go ahead. You go. Just know that it fucked me up. But you just go ahead.
This is so crazy. So I only discovered this through Yuya's run, so because I'm still playing this game. But basically at the end of Yuya's run, when he kind of lore dumps everything on you, and he's like, "Hey girl, so here's everything that's happening. You can either run away with me or stay at the school, and I'll leave some agents to protect you." Spoiler alert, the agents do not protect you. You die immediately if you choose that. Anyway, in that, Ryota earlier, like, drops a hint to you. He's like, the doctor is creepy. It scares me that you're going to the infirmary all the time. There's this legend that students who go missing at the school end up in our cafeteria lunches. And you're like, weird, but okay. And then you go to the infirmary and you ask you about it. You can ask him about it and be like, hey, I heard, like, what's going on with the students that are missing? I heard like a weird urban legend. And
continue. Power through. We'll get there.
Okay. Oh shit. Okay. Anyways, yeah. The urban legend, and he's like, you believe that? LOL. but you're interesting. Bye. And you're like, okay, fuck. And then later, Yuya comes back and confirms it for you. He's like, yeah, we tested the DNA samples left by the students who were disappeared and the samples in the cafeteria, and y'all were in fact eating your classmates. Anyway, you want to go? So then you go.
And you're like, yeah, I do. I do want to go.
I do want to
Yes,
go.
please. Let me go,
leave.
please. I would like to leave.
And then, where do y'all go? I kind of forgot. I just know you leave. I think
You
that's
run
it.
off. You
Yeah,
run
you
off
just
and
run
be
off
in
together.
love. Yeah, and be in love. Super spies fighting the Hawk Party, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also was thinking of a different
So the
cannibalism scene.
Take your headphones off, Kanisha, and then I'll wave at you in a second. Because if you don't know this one, I don't want to ruin this for you.
But which
it's in
part
a
is it
shoe
in?
run. It's in a shoe run, which is why I think,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And it's ending number 9.
Okay.
Let's talk about it.
So, dear listener, Kanisha has taken their headphones off. I'm like literally this one fucked me up because I love Yuya.
This is wild. Like following this route and following Shu and getting into this run with Shu, and Shu is big on dismemberment.
Yeah.
Right? Shu likes to experiment. Shu likes to dismember. And if you go down that route on Lugumantine's Day, you can gift him like these blood beans. Again, Shu's creepy.
The obviously most messed up option on the table is always the
obviously
Shu option.
the worst one and the perfect one for Shu because it's right there too. And again, you're presenting this to Shu as like a romantic gesture, and then it cuts to like weeks later, and Shu is again dismembering a unidentified student in the infirmary, and you learn that, because again we talked about the whole cannibalism, eating birds and everything like that. You learn that the bird that was eaten, I'm pretty sure this is on Christmas. This is Christmas Day.
Yeah, on Christmas Day you get a gift.
That's right.
But also it's so fascinating because your main character is like, I'm actually not Christian. Like all the birds, also wild. All the birds are Christian.
Bird Christianity is hilarious.
Or some birds are Christian because like Sakuya, the French birds are Christian. The Japanese birds are Buddhist.
Very confusing.
You as a character are a human Buddhist person.
Yes.
And so you're like, I don't need to do anything on Christmas. And then you get a gift. And so you get like a beautiful like roast meat on Christmas that you eat and have a delightful time. And then back to you, Jared, in the lab as you see an unidentified dismembered student.
Yeah, that's right. You find out that the beautiful, delicious meal that you had eaten was indeed Yuya. Yuya himself was the unidentified student, and like I said, Claire, this fucked me up. It's just like, oh my god, why did you tell me there was all this in the game beforehand? And like I said, specifically Yuya too, because I think this was after I had started to kind of grow a fondness for Yuya as well, where and I have a more love for Yuya as we get to some ending stuff as well. Yuya kind of redeems himself in my eyes too. But I started to grow like an attachment to this character, and I was like, oh fuck, I just hate him.
It's so fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
I was gonna try to.
Me?
Yeah, you could come back. But yeah, so I think if you do Yuya's runs before Shu's runs, Shu's runs will be even more emotionally impactful if you've done Yuya's runs first.
That would be
for better or worse.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Depending on how you want to do it, like I would do Yuya's runs first and then Shu's, because you'll get a little bit of different attachments there.
Narrative flavor.
I don't like that.
Claire, that's why.
Not flavor. Why would?
Are you serious?
Why would? Okay. Any other first part of the game pre-BBL?
Literally in my head, when I kept seeing BBL, I was like, do they get fat asses? Like, what's going on? I was lost as hell.
I thought the same thing when I saw the naming of the section. I was like, BBL, these birds gonna come, just the thick birds. That's crazy.
It's actually, they just redrew all the birds with big booties.
There you go.
If you are going to play Hatoful Boyfriend, this is your last stop off the train before we go careening toward
whatever the hell's happening.
Full breakdown of what this game is. Because essentially part 1 of this game is all of these endings that we've talked about, is 100%ing your way through, meeting all of your bird loves, figuring out what's going on there. And then you load into New Game Plus, basically. And so now is your time to pause and go play that if you want to. The New Game Plus, where you can choose to fulfill a previous promise from a past life or to move forward. If you don't fulfill the promise, you'll continue playing the game as normal.
Yep, it'll just be normal.
If you fulfill the promise, you will unlock, as we have referred to, the BBL.
BBL of it.
Bird Boys Love. No. I don't think it actually stands for Bird Boys Love, but that is what it is in my head.
Bad Boys. It's Bad Boys Love.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then you get Bad Boys Love, which, for the record, for those of you who look at how long to beat and are like, oh yes, Hatoful Boyfriend, such a short game. No.
Not short game. Long game. Very
Simply
long.
no.
Maybe one run is about an hour or two, but there are so many runs in this game to get to this ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long, Jared, do you know how long you played?
Oh gosh, probably too long.
I think I hit 20 hours before I actually 100%ed the game.
I think mine was a little shorter than that. I think I did like 15.
Yeah, I have a feeling I left it open for a long time at different points.
That as well. So there, give or take some time. But I would say, like, looking at all the endings and how to get there, I would go roughly like 10 to like 15. You can do some 100% things. You can unlock everything like that too. But yes, it is very deceiving at how long this game is. You can get a single run in 2 hours, but I would say more or less, even 10 is feeling a little generous. But I would shoot upward between like 10 and 20 for this whole experience.
Because just the BBL portion is the longest part of the game. It is longer than any other run. It is the longest portion of the game, which I structurally do have like a little bit of a complaint about, because it got to the point where I felt a little sloggy, which sucks because I was like very in.
I had this same feeling because they do have a cool mechanic in this where you can kind of fast forward through things you've already done. So I kind of got used to just getting to the information I needed. And granted, again, this ending scene is still, you're getting a lot of new information and everything too. But I had got used to kind of like skipping past some parts. And Claire, like you were saying, it does, like, the pacing is a little interesting with this last section. It does get a little long in parts.
Yeah. I will say too, I wish the fast forward feature had remembered like what you had seen from previous runs.
Me too.
Because sometimes like there are new scenes and it would skip through those as well.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, I saw enough of that. I'm pretty quick read. So I saw enough of that I like got it. But I was like, damn.
I was like, I wish it would have stopped for me instead of me trying to be like, oh shit.
Yes.
Like, I don't think I saw that.
Yeah, I would say that's a little bit of a complaint. It's nice that you can fast forward, but it's a general fast forward where you can fast forward through everything. Like, they present it as like, oh, you've seen this information before, you can fast forward through it, but you can also fast forward through information you haven't seen yet either, which means like Kanisha was saying, which means you skip things sometimes accidentally.
I think that part though is like, this game was released like 10 years ago at least, something like that.
Yeah.
So I think maybe like it wasn't like some of the games that we've played now, it's just like, oh yes, this is like a given. And I think maybe back at that time it wasn't it was like a nice to have more of.
So Kanisha, are you in BBL or are you still running through, or tell me the situation.
So what happened is I did everything with except a zombie and shoe, because I was like, oh, okay. When I started the Fulfill Your Promise run, like I had an idea, but I was kind of just like, what does this mean? And I just started that at like, I want to say 6 o'clock this morning. I took some naps and fed my dog and stuff before, but yeah. So I just finished the BBL run, and the only things left are to go through shoe, like both of Shu's ending and Azami. But I think I can do that pretty quickly because I abused the heck out of the fast forwards. I think I got my runs down to like 15 minutes or so.
Well, and then it's so silly because once you get through
Once you get through all the
through all of
intros.
them, you have to go through. If you Kanisha want to 100% the game, you will have to go back through and fast forward through the entire BBL to get the epilogue.
Yeah, just that like last little tiny bit.
Yeah, because it's the thing that makes it a not devastating ending is what you, I feel like, get in the epilogue.
Are you serious? Okay, because it was devastating. I was like, well, my mood shot.
Yeah, the epilogue does make it a little bit more like of a happier ending, I feel like. Which is why I was like, let me 100% this first.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like, everyone was fine, I guess.
Maybe.
I kind of just walked into it because I was just kind of like, because here's what happened. After my Angel run, then because I guess Angel just happened to be the last main character that I finished, then it gave me the Fulfill Your Promise. So I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it has to do with Angel because he's such a weird character.
Yeah.
And not, yeah. Fuck me. Okay. Well, I'll be doing that. But
so the gist of the BBL ending, the big spoiler kickoff feature is that you start the game, you pick Fulfill Your Promise. You are playing as Hyoko, the female main character. You can name her something else if you want to.
One comment on the name, I love that the first the first syllable of your first and last name is Hito, which in Japanese means person.
Oh, cute.
Oh, that's adorable. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, so you as your human self, you exist for a little bit and then you go to the infirmary and then you are never seen of again until your best friend Ryuta is taking your decapitated head out of a box.
Yep.
So the full feature of this back half part 2 is actually playing through the eyes of Ryuta trying to figure out what happened. Yeah, trying to figure out your murder. And it's super cute, actually, because he teams up with Sakuya.
I was going to say, I love their dynamic. I love the Sakuya Ryuta dynamic.
And I'm like, this is the true ship, is Ryuta and Sakuya, and then Yuya and Hyoto. And I have very strong opinions about that.
Yes, especially because like at this point too, I'm like here for all these characters, right? In the beginning, hit or miss on some, but like especially Sakuya, I after like going through his ending and hearing all his stuff with his parents and everything. Now seeing him like team up to try to figure out what happened to us, and I was like, you do care. Oh, you care about me.
Yeah,
and you get some major plot twists about like Sakuya's genetic background tied to his supposed half brother Yuya, and like you get a lot about all of these characters. That honestly, I don't think we need to dive into like every single piece of them. If there are characters you love, or if there are characters already that you're interested in, literally go pick up this game. It's $10 and it's almost always on sale.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely grab it. But the plot is actually finally figuring out what the fuck Shu is up to in the infirmary. Why this is happening, what on earth the goal was, how long back this whole conspiracy goes. And like all of the questions that you sort of have throughout this portion of the game is made to try to answer it. And I also think has like the best sound design of all of the parts of this game.
Yes.
I think,
for sure.
Like, because a lot of it, we didn't really even touch on this, but like each character has their own theme music.
Yeah.
It will come and go. Shu's absolutely unhinged is the Sugar Plum Fairy.
fits Shu perfectly.
So unhinged.
Shu is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, Shu is so creepy. I just think they like clearly they were like, this is the part of the game that is a proper visual novel. You honestly don't really get very many choices in this portion of the game that feel like they matter. This is more like the portion of the game that's like, you were wondering what was going on, right?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
This gives me big, especially when you find Hyoko's severed head and like the whole school shuts down kind of thing. Yeah. Big, like, I don't know if you played the Danganronpa games. It gave me that kind of vibes of like the Danganronpa series, another visual novel too. Great game. But again, it's like murder happens, kids trapped in a school, have to solve the mystery of who murdered the student kind of thing. So big Danganronpa vibes, but yeah, this was wild getting into this. And not only that, but just like starting to get more nods on the lore and the history with all of this. Like, I'm curious of how both of you feel, just the idea of how like the birds gained intelligence, like how all of this even happened in the first place, the war with the birds and the humans and everything too.
I think if this were to happen in real life, it would definitely go down like that. Which I know is like an insane way to answer the question, but like it would go down like
just
we are
like this.
literally about to head into a bird flu pandemic right now. So like if we lived in a reality where birds can gain intelligence like that and then lord over us like that,
Yeah.
it would for sure happen because we could have prevented a pandemic and chose not to.
Yeah. In my mind, I'm like, birds are nice and they'd be like nice to us. But now that I think about it, is we treat birds like shit sometimes too, and they'd be like, oh no. We have intelligence and we're coming for you now.
You lost me at birds are nice. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It can be. Birds can be nice.
I'm a little afraid of birds. I think corvids
like humans.
are cool, but
yeah. They're multi-layered.
Multifaceted.
Yeah, multifaceted.
Whitman-esque. We contain multitudes.
Yes.
Birds contain multitudes. How do I feel? What a good question.
Mm-hmm.
The cement dome over the school with one escape hatch, and then the principal being like, no, it's definitely not about the murder. Nobody think about that. It's unrelated.
Just unrelated to the murder that just happened.
Yeah.
The dead principal with the doctored video.
Yo, that got me.
That was
this
crazy
is like
to me.
A mystery horror game now where you go into like the principal's office and it was like a pre-recorded message and he wasn't even alive in the first place. He's also dead. And I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah, it goes from being a dating sim to being a horror.
For sure.
Fully horror visual novel by the back half.
Have either
really Midwestern back half. Sorry, go ahead.
Have either of you seen Paradise, that like Peacock show with Sterling K. Brown? Oh, similar thing. Basically, all is not what it seems, and then you realize like this community is in a dome that they live in with a fake sun.
I love a good dome.
I do. I really do.
It's so good every time. You should watch it. I liked it.
Paradise?
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Back to this game.
No. So you're in there. You find like the mystery begins to unravel. You find out that the principal is also dead. You find out that there is like a ticking clock situation that's happening, basically.
Yeah.
And we won't go into it too much in case you're like somehow still listening and want to play. But the gist of it is there is a ticking clock. You have until 10 p.m. basically to figure out what you're going to do next or to get out of this dome. Mm-hmm. It becomes clear that there are humans that are potentially coming to attack the remaining people at the school because your female main character was like a representative, but also like a failsafe in this like detente between the humans and the birds. And so because she was killed, whether or not it had anything to do with any of this, like whether or not she was assassinated, which is wild given that you like found her head. But like no matter what happened, the humans are going to come and like get retribution on all the birds for doing this. And Ryuta and Sakuya are like, oh shit, we better figure out what happened so that we can do that. And so then they get to meet up with, oh gosh, I don't remember the other side bird's name. That Master One, but like I don't remember what the full name is.
His name is like Leon or like
like Leonie or like, but it has one in it.
Yeah,
and then,
the Master One is all that I really remember.
Yeah, and so that's like
bright and magnificent
Sakuya's janitor friend then is also a spy, and so then you start to meet them. You get pulled into some of the Yuya lore at the same time. You get some big lore drops about Yuya and Sakuya, and then finally start to solve the murder and go into the bowels of the school. And then like deeper and deeper in the bowels of the school, there's like a metal monster scarecrow person following you around. And
insane.
That sound effect.
The noise.
Crazy.
That sound effect was so good. Like it scared the living daylights out of me when it came for the first time. And I was like, oh, that's a sound that is telling me I'm in danger.
Yeah, that's a me leave, I need to get away kind of sound. Also, I think it's funny that it's a scarecrow because birds and scarecrows.
Yeah.
That's funny. I love that.
Wait, you know what? It's up there with the chain sound in Persona 5 when you're like in the, I don't know, whatever those steps are called. And there's like the executioner thing that makes the chain sound when it comes after you. That was that sound for me with the scarecrow. Like it was just as scary and
Terrifying.
visceral.
So
It was
scary.
terrifying. Also, the visual design of this thing is awful too. It's like
It's
half
horrific.
like robot, half like this like draped figure too. It's
Yeah.
awful.
And like animatronic, which like animatronics just freak me out in general. So
Yeah,
it's
bad-
just adding
bad
that
vibes.
element.
Always. They're never not creepy.
Yeah, truly. So that happens. And then you go through bits and pieces of this begin to continue to unravel surrounding the desire for a bird flu.
hmm
And then it becomes clear that Shu is trying to make that happen for like convoluted reasons that I guess make sense to him, that he thinks
Yeah.
he's doing the right thing in the way that actually I love when an evil villain has a good enough reason to be like, okay,
Yeah.
shit, you
Yeah.
actually thought you were, I mean,
When
you're
they
horrible.
make sense. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're horrible, but I get why you thought you were doing the right thing here. And it ties all the way back into, which it's so funny that you did Nageki first, because it
Yep.
ties all the way back into Nageki's story is really what kicked
Yes.
off.
Yeah, which
How
was
we got here.
wild. It was almost like a really cool, not cool because awful things that happened with Nageki, but an
Yeah.
interesting like it was almost like the plot like worked for me in that way, where it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, and here's this cool throwback to the beginning thing that you did and everything. So it's just
Yeah.
like that's really cool. The ending of Nageki's is he's a ghost because he says that he had killed himself,
Mhm.
and you learn that it was. You learn about this fire that had started, and you learn that Nageki was the one that started the fire. He intentionally started the fire to kill himself. But like you said, that event kind of kickstarted all of this happening.
Yeah. And then it becomes clear that Ryuta is sort of like trying to be basically bred and experimented on by Shu secretly enough to be like Nageki 2.0. And to be his like science experiment, to be kept behind, to be,
Yeah.
all these things.
Used as like a vessel for this bioweapon that Shu has been trying to craft this entire time.
Yes. And
Which,
this is too
so sad.
where like we get revealed that all of the bird students at St. PigeNations were selected because they had weird biological capabilities.
Yeah.
Nageki's was that like his cells reacted in a specific way, like to viruses.
Mhm.
Obviously, Oko-san's is putting God, and
Yeah. Putting God.
there were like other ones. Angel's is obviously that
Pulling people
His-
into the
Yeah.
delusions.
his delusions.
Yeah. They all have special like capabilities, which was why they were there. And Shu was experimenting on students at the school the whole time. Like that was the whole reason why
Yeah.
she was there, which tracks because she was insane.
Yeah. And Yuya was supposed to be like keeping tabs to stop it from being too out of hand. Clearly, Yuya not great at his
Did
job.
not do a good job.
God bless.
at stopping that from happening.
God bless.
He did
He,
his best.
yeah,
Maybe.
sort of.
Possibly.
He tried. And yeah, so that full sequence that lasts so many hours as you're going through and you're putting pieces together. And we have not even revealed a number of other surprises, but I don't think we need to go fully down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
The bird hole? The bird nest? I don't know. Help. But suffice to say, this world is fleshed out.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And honestly, I love this kind of lore, even though sometimes it can get a little convoluted and in the weeds. I love just like peeling back more layers. Another anime I love, Attack on Titan, I think does this
Yes.
similarly, where it kind of like
Yes.
presents these themes, and as the show goes on, it subverts your expectations of what these themes mean and connecting them in very interesting ways. It's funny that I got kind of like Attack on Titan story vibes from Hatoful Boyfriend's ending.
It does feel insane to say.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Are there any other like plot things? We sort of usually talk about character development, which I feel like does happen a lot.
Yeah.
It depends on, which run you're at or where you choose to have the story end. But I think if you go through the entire thing complete with the epilogue, we have some
Yeah.
huge character development from most
sure.
people.
Yeah, most
Yeah.
characters grow from the beginning when you first meet them to where they are now. Whether it's like tackling a lot of emotional hurdles they've had struggles with, where Hiyoko helped all of these characters get through some of that, to just like revelations about, like I said, family and biology and everything. I am curious. I know we weren't going through like every
No,
little
please.
spoiler that happened, but Labor 9 is the name of the robot that we do.
Yes.
How did you feel about the revelation later of Labor 9 specifically?
I was just like, what the fuck? I was just like, okay. Like, I did not think that I could be further surprised. And then I was. Yeah.
So I was afraid that was going to happen.
Oh, so you had a little
Oh,
inkling of just like that might be the case.
It
Okay.
was the following that I was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I want a happy ending for everyone, always, forever. I am so bad at drama. I am so bad at
Yeah.
I just want everyone to be happy. And like, there was no way, obviously our character gets murdered. Not a lot of ways to be happy when she's been murdered.
Yeah.
But like, as Jared was alluding to, this character may or may not have been like uploaded into this like robot situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, Shu had. Obviously, we were dismembered,
Right.
and our brain was harvested to use and give life to this robot. So we are,
which also
this
feels very
robot,
anime.
essentially. Also
Yeah,
very anime for
anime.
sure. And again, it's like when this revelation happens, it's now this like weird conflict of like, oh, you thought this evil like creature was trying to get you and follow you this whole time. Now you realize it is the individual that you've been interacting with, playing as the entire game. And it doesn't happen very often, but when I saw that, I got like the legit like heart sink moment where I was like, oh, damn.
Well, and they don't tell you until after you like fight it and confront it, and so you like damage this object.
You
like
shock it with a taser, and then you're like, and then she was like, "Hey, that's your friend that you just shocked, by the way. I hope you're aware."
And you
of
also
that.
probably broke her brain forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, what?
He's like, you killed her twice, actually. LOL.
Yeah, you killed her twice.
And she was like proud of himself.
Well, with Ryota as well, because we learned that we died because of the virus, right? It was later that Shu ended up chopping us up, but that Ryuto is the one carrying kind of the vessel for this virus, and you're best friends with this individual, and you're the reason why you're dead now. She's dead now is crazy. It's like, oh, so
the
sad.
guilt. And then, like, Ryuta doesn't want to go anywhere because now he knows that he could potentially just, like, kill humans just by existing near them.
Yeah. And his whole idea, I don't know if we touched on it, but like there's also a spot where our characters having dreams of our younger self in Ryota and seeing our parents, our like dead parents in front of that house. And then there's this whole idea of this strange man that's promising a wish. And Ryota's like, wish is that like, there would be no conflict. There would be no conflict between humans and birds. And yeah, it's just sad.
And
that,
she was like, bet, I hear your wish.
I'll help you.
I know exactly how we can do
best
that.
way to make no conflict.
Murder, you say? Perfect.
No humans, no conflict.
Something that I had a question about going through the BBL route is like the implications on like the timing of all of this, because like if Ryota had this virus, like the first, and it seems to me when she was explaining it that he was given this virus on that second day scene where you go to find Ryota in the infirmary and he's not there. So like theoretically you've been dead for most of the time in the runs that like you played previously. Like you died on the second day of the game, I think.
I see, because technically you can go, obviously you're rolling credits and going back and reliving the same days. Like what does timeline look like for a lot of these events? Like Kanisha was saying, is it like after that day we were exposed to Ryota and there we die and then we kind of get context stuff? It's the timeline is interesting of like when these events all happen.
because of the way that these games are structured, it's like, well, any of these endings are a real and valid ending. And if you pick up the game and you only play Nageki and you set down the game, that's all you know. That's all that happened. That's the whole world. Like, that's it. And so, like, one of the things about these games is that exact question of, like, but what is real? And, like, the whole thing with Hatoful Boyfriend is like, fucking nothing's real. What are you talking about? Like,
and the wonderful idea of just like playing through one of these beginning routes and being like, I'm done, and be like, oh, that's such a beautiful existence.
You're like, oh, sweetie.
We don't have that luxury.
You think it's a pigeon game.
Oh, it's a pigeon dating game. So cute, so cute.
Yeah, I think for me, it'll be really interesting, spoiler alert viewer, when we all come back together and talk about Holiday Star, because I'm really curious. You know, I'm probably about halfway through that one right now, and I'm like, how will that tie together? Are there things that will be like, quote unquote, canonized by the sequel, and are there things that like won't? Or will they just sort of be like, yes, everything? Or will it continue to be kind of like the first one where it's like, truly any of these could be real?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Nothing's real also.
Yeah, nothing is real. Good luck.
Nothing
have fun.
is real. Have fun. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like huge character development, depending on which run you do, but huge character development. And your choices, do our choices matter is like our next big question to hit on in our discussion. And I do think your choices do really matter. You can die a lot in this game.
Yes. Yeah. You can die a lot. And going back just to the idea of, you know, where you decide to end playing this, if you decide to roll credits, because obviously going through and getting and being intentional with spending time with each of these characters gives more character payout at the end when these characters do get a lot of development. So like intentionally making the choices to essentially 100% the game, because you're doing each one of these routes, you're going through every single person's possible routes to get the best ending in the sense of like, you know, the most. Maybe the events that are happening are not the best, but you have the most information towards the end. So I think your choices do matter, because like I said, at any point you could choose to just, I rolled credits and be done and miss an entire experience that other people, which I feel like because of how many hoops you almost have to jump through, I feel like a lot of people's experience is just this, may just be that like that surface level, it's a dating pigeon game.
Yeah. And I wonder how many times people have like started this game in friend groups or talked about it or whatever. And then like one person, like if the only run I did was Yuya and the only run you did was Nageki and the only run Kanisha did was Kazuaki, like, and then we get together and talk about that. That's a crazy conversation.
Yeah. Very, very different conversation. And then the only kind of direct comparison I have, obviously, to this is something like Doki Doki. But Doki Doki is significantly shorter. Like, a lot of these things happen much quicker, and the game overall is shorter. So it's easier for people to be like, this is the entire experience, where this being longer. I had a YouTube video of the BBL section just playing as I was, like, remembering things and everything. That person's playthrough is 3.5 hours of just the BBL section. Like, it's long.
Yeah. It is like they made that first.
Yeah.
And then made the, like, and I have no idea if that's true, but it really feels like it's like, this is the story I want to tell, actually.
Yeah.
And then here's how I, like, get people to that story, get the buy-in, get the, like, groundwork laid.
That's kind of to the part.
Oh, which one? I saw your face drop.
The doctor ending. That's so evil.
The one where he murders you, or the one where he doesn't murder you?
No, the one where he doesn't murder you.
Yes. Oh, man. Getting it real time is, I was going to say fun. That doesn't feel fun. Interesting,
so
I guess.
Sad.
You do look so sad. Well, this is perfect. You could process your feelings in the moment.
Kanisha's like silent screaming into the ether, dear listener.
I'm just kind of like, you live in a cave and you thought you had a good ass meal.
Oh no!
Oh yeah,
yeah. You're like, I had a good time.
I do get murdered in this one. Your reactions told me that.
No. I don't know. I don't remember that specifically, but now knowing that you've hit the Yuya cannibalism is,
That was what we were talking about before.
Fuck. I picked the wrong option. It'll still work. I think it'll be fine.
Any other BBL? I ship them so hard. Ryuta and Sakuya. So good.
After doing this ending scene, like they need to be together. Their dynamic duo is beautiful. I love it so much. Yep. And clearly with the both of them working together, they can accomplish anything.
Yeah.
They can do it all.
And I want the double date. Like I want the fan fiction double date of Yuya and Hikoya. What is our name?
Hikoya?
Hiyoko. Thank you.
I was putting the Y in the wrong spot.
Yeah, same.
Hiyoko. Dyslexia.
And Yuya. And I want them all at like a double date at a Pizza Hut with the like sad lamp.
Sad lamp. Love it.
The brothers having to get along because the besties that they're dating, the besties happen to date the brothers.
So now the brothers have to get along now. The brothers don't get along, so they have to now.
Yeah. Give me that Christmas rom-com. Did our choices really matter? We said yes.
Yeah.
Except in BBL, you sort of just fly through. Good luck, have fun.
Yeah.
Success, what is it? What is success in Hatoful Boyfriend?
Genuinely, I don't know. I'm honest, I don't know what. Because it's
Maybe
weird.
Learning. You know, it's that
you know what?
you do end up learning a lot.
You know what? True.
Yay.
Success. We learned. Yeah, it's a really conflicting like ending of just like question mark success. I think question mark success is the best like moniker for this because sure, yes, we stopped this from happening, but just like at what cost and what are we gonna do going forward and everything, and it's just like
yeah. And even the epilogue for 100%ing it, well, it gives you a little bit of hope for the future. It's truly only a drop of hope for the future.
Okay. I'll take a drop. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, drop is okay.
A drop is fine.
I need it now.
I was like, I feel like it's more than what we've been getting, so I'll take like even a morsel of hope is ideal.
Yeah. Any other thoughts before we do ratings?
Let's see if I get murdered. I'm almost done.
Ooh.
Well, here on the Date With Us podcast, we rate on 3 different things. We rate on spice. We rate on romance because we like to talk about how different spice is from romance. And then we also take a page out of the No Small Games Girlies books, which is rating on a scale of ourselves. So if throughout this episode you've been listening to someone and you're like, oh, I really vibe with person ABC, great. Maybe you'll align with our ratings. If not, you kind of have a picture of who we are before we throw these numbers out there. After that, we will do our What Are We Leaving Behind in this game as well.
Oh no!
So
how do
start to noodle.
I go with that?
Start to noodle on what you'll leave for Hatoful Boyfriend to call you back. But I'm gonna pitch not a lot of spice. Wouldn't say this was a spicy one.
Very, very non-spicy at all. There's like some light flirting that happens, but other than that, it's like and there's just like Sakuya, and when we meet him in the store, and he like and you use a little flirty too.
Yeah, I'd give it a 1.
It's like a 1, yeah.
Because Yuya flirts with you a little bit brazenly, and I'll take that.
I'm still gonna leave it as a 0 because I feel like he's seeing that.
You're the harshest critic for spice for sure. I love that about you though. I feel like it's so unexpected, and then I just am like, yes.
Did we desire for this to be more spicy? Like, was the wish for this game to be spicier? Yeah.
Actually, no. I could lose.
I wanted one more bump up. I wanted
one more level of spice.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make a whole fucking game about dating pigeons,
commit. Like, just like do it.
Even if it's like, what does? Okay, if you're gonna tell me every single step of how the fuck we got here geopolitically, yeah. How are we intimate with the birds? Are we intimate with the birds? Are there other human-bird couples in the world? Like, what is the situation? Is that strange? Yeah. Is it new? Are we strange for wanting that? Like, but it seems like people are interested in us. Like, what if we're gonna?
I was that is interesting because it seems there's never a point in this game where it seems like that is abnormal.
No,
right? We're a human. Like, we're in this bird school. We're getting flirted with. We have desires. We have characters we go through or go out and pursue. But none of that ever feels like it's strange to do. So, like you said, is there other bird-human relationships outside of the school?
Yeah, I cannot believe that I have additional lore questions about this game.
I need more now.
And maybe we'll find out more about that in Holiday Star, because we see characters like on the cover of the Holiday Star game who literally look like bird human hybrids, where they're like little bird guys, but they have legs, like full legs and arms. And so I'm like, does that mean is there like some interspecies happening? Like, what's the
you know what's hilarious is like I remember seeing the cover. Not a second did I think that was like the case. I remember seeing the little like bird hand people, and I was like, oh, they're just like cute like bird drawings.
Oh, interesting.
And you know what? You're absolutely right. That is definitely what's happening here.
The first place my brain went was, so they can mate. Which is like, what is wrong with me? I'm sorry.
I love that.
No.
I love it. It's a genuine question.
I did get murdered.
Damn.
You knew that.
Yeah.
Okay, bold to say we remembered that.
Yeah, we forgot a lot in this.
I wish I had played that before, because then I would have known exactly what was happening with the big scarecrow. You know, had I played it before.
Yeah.
Like, certain things feel more telegraphed depending on the order that you go in. And if you are a person who's going to play this game and you feel like you want to have a curated experience, you can definitely look up. There are like several guides that you can look up that like suggest an order to play in to get like the most emotional impact or whatever.
Yeah. And not only that, there's a guide you can use too that if you want to just get to the information, it'll show you what choices you have to make to get certain characters' endings too, because there's a lot to digest here. So if you're like, look, I want to kind of scrub through all the fluff and I want to just get to the
What just happened?
What happened?
I meant to do another normal run. I picked Fulfill the Promise, but I'm gonna get out of it.
Time to run the BBL back, baby. Let's go.
No, we're not ready yet.
We're all just dying. Okay, so that's 1 out of 10 spice. How are we feeling romantically about the birds?
Honestly, I think my gut reaction was like 6 out of 10.
Same.
Like a 6 or 7. Because like I feel like there is, even though there's no spice here, I feel like there is romance with these characters, right? And I think because we get a lot of characters, maybe not necessarily like acting in romantic ways, but opening up personally and getting to know people a little more. I think that on the emotional side, for me, connects with like the idea of being romantic, is being more like emotionally connected to people. And so like with Yuya, for example, or Sakuya and everything like that, like the idea of him being vulnerable is romantic, I guess. So yeah, I think like a 6 or 7 for me.
I agree.
It's giving I can fix him again.
I'm learning a lot about myself
we love to
in this.
Fix characters on the Date
I'm
With Us
learning
podcast.
a lot about myself with this game.
I was like 5. I thought maybe
that's fine.
5.
You can
I
drop
think
it lower if you need.
No, I don't think it needs to be lower than that, because I do think like the themes of the first half of the game are very romantic. I think like
the ending's just very much not romantic.
Yeah. Well, and like thinking about spice as like physical intimacy and romance as like emotional intimacy, I can totally see it being like a little bit higher. And I think I'm in the 5 to 6 space just because I'm like thinking of, I've been watching too much Regency stuff lately where I have too rigid of a definition of romance right now, I think. So we'll have to see how that goes later. But yeah, I think some birds more romantic than others. Definitely some runs more romantic than others.
Absolutely.
Sure. But yeah, there's romance. Overall ratings. And so sometimes we do specify, like, for me, this as a dating sim is X, and as a video game on the whole is Y, or whatever, too, is totally fine. This is one that I probably, to be candid, will not replay again now that I have 100%ed, but thoroughly enjoyed this unhinged experience.
I'm in the same camp. Like my initial gut is I'm going to like a 7 Jareds out of 10 for me. Like, can I do like 0.5 ratings?
Absolutely.
7.5, like a high 7.5 is kind of like what I'm I'm leaning towards, because I enjoyed. I hold Doki Doki so high, and I love that kind of like subverting of expectations.
We're
And
gonna
again,
have
this
to play it.
I know we
does
are going to have to play it.
yeah.
I started that game and got so scared that I never finished it.
Yeah, that's another game. I think they present some of like the trigger warning stuff better than this does.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, because where there's none here.
You.
Yeah.
No,
But-
we've got both Doki Doki and Mass Effect are like tally cards for both of us needing to. Well, Kanisha's already played Mass Effect, but I have not played Mass Effect.
Mass Effect is great. Mass Effect, romancing those characters is grand times. Fun. We love the sexy aliens. We love it. Garrus?
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's kind of where I'm leaning. I'm the same camp as you, Claire, where I don't think I would like play this again necessarily, because I think of the mystery about it is half the experience, is the not knowing. But if someone had said they've never played this and they liked things tangentially related, I'd be like, play this. Absolutely, you should play this game. I think that is 100% worth it. I think there would be things that you like that you can take away. I think there'd be things that you don't necessarily like, but at the end of the day, if you want a game that is presented as I love the cute to just morbidly dark. That's like one of my favorite anime tropes as well, and this does it in strides here. So I think I'm going to land on like a 7.5 out of 10.
I agree.
Jared's.
I think I was pleasantly surprised at like how substantial it is.
Oh yeah.
Especially because it's just, it's a visual novel experience and you don't expect like a whole bunch of replayability. And in the immediate time, or like in the immediate term, it is like technically like you have to replay it to, kind of get
I guess that's true.
all the way through and like unravel everything. So I love how gripping it is, and it's like excellent writing for something that I thought was just going to be like super reverent, like not really like I thought was going to be a more critical, but not even critical, but just like slapstick take on what an Otome game is. Like I did not think that it would be like so thought out. So I really appreciated that. And, even though it's taken me a lifetime to play it, I do think that is the positive. And I think people who, again, like we run into so many of these games where it's like, oh, you think you would never like a dating sim, but you just like haven't expanded your ideas of what a dating sim could be, or even just like what a visual novel could be. I think it's like another one of those games that is for everyone. And when I talk to people who play like different, like, I have a friend who only plays like, like first person shooters and stuff like that, but has heard of Hatoful Boyfriend, like, knows that it's like kind of Hall of Famey for a reason. So in that regard, I think it's like a 7 or 8, because it's just like an experience that I feel like everyone who likes games should have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's probably a 7 for me as well. I do think a huge part of that is the writing. Like there is a reason why this game has had vastly interesting like cult staying power, and that there was enough like beloved fandom behind it that they made a sequel. And there's like manga art and like all these other things that they made surrounding this game, and people just really love the characters. And I think that's so special when the characters are mostly stock photos of pigeons. Like absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Right,
like you made me care about birds. This is crazy.
Like the way that I was genuinely like me going, Yulia! Every time the little white bird showed up on screen, I was like, yay!
Yeah. I was expecting to have a harder time getting past it than I did.
Yeah. I think the character portraits help with that. The character portraits plus the character writing and writing in general, because again, it makes them feel human. And even though, like Claire said, you're staring at a literal picture of a photorealistic bird, you're like, oh, that's friend. That's my friend that I've had all these experiences with and everything.
Yeah.
You mean my super spy boyfriend?
Exactly. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Get it right. Put some respect on Yuya's name. Did we all rate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Amazing. We're freaking doing it, gang. What are we leaving behind in Hatoful Boyfriend? What are we leaving to have? This is like our Mindy Project-esque, toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Are you leaving behind something for them to call you? Are you like shedding something and leaving it behind and taking you into the future? This can be metaphorical. This can be literal. You got some options here.
What am I leaving behind? I don't know. Do I go silly with my answer? Do I go like serious with my answer?
I know, it's hard.
I'm leaving behind an ominous note in the library that says, do not electrocute the robot.
Oh, you're leaving like future kind of like, like don't electrocute. I like that.
Me taping a no stun gun sign on the
I'm going to leave behind the best quality pudding for Okasan because he deserves
so
it.
Thoughtful and sweet.
Because he needs it so bad.
Crazy that Okasan's ending is like kind of best case scenario for a lot of
right?
Really. Yeah, if you want if you just want to go for the ride one time, just do an Okasan run, and you will have no idea what happened in this game.
You'll have a happy little brain. Yep, fun times.
I'm leaving. Why was my initial this game is so fucked up because my impulse was like a down pillow, and it's like, bitch, why would you do that?
Yeah.
What?
I'm leaving behind a 10-piece chicken bucket from KFC. Extra crispy. Finger looking good.
That was my initial thought, was doing something fucked up like that. So you're not alone, Claire. It's okay.
I'm leaving behind plane tickets for Yuya to meet me somewhere.
Oh,
we need to get away from this place.
Yes, I can see.
Too dangerous. We need to go be quarantined because also the bird flu. Who knows when that's going to break containment? So
hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
Did everyone leave stuff?
Yeah, we left everything.
Wow, we've left it all behind.
We left it all.
We, much like Hatoful Boyfriend, really petered off toward the end when it was like so many things, just so many things.
Oh, it's so good.
Any other final thoughts about Hatoful Boyfriend, the first game?
I had fun.
Play it. I just play it. If you decide to like skip the middle spoiler part and then go to the end and you're just hearing like my voice now, play it because it's $10 and there's a lot of controversy between like game length and price. You get your money's worth here. Like Kanisha was saying, there is content for sure.
Jared, thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you so much.
This was so fun. Thank you for being our inaugural man.
I'm so glad that I got to be, even though I had to work some stuff out with Zoom so we could be on the same page. I'm glad that eventually they got to be okay, fine, you can have a man on the podcast. That's fine.
Amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, seriously, thank you. This was so much fun. And I love playing games because I'd heard of Hatoful Boyfriend before, but I probably would have taken the step to play it if not for this. And that's why I love doing podcasts. It's just playing games that I find out that I love that I probably wouldn't have touched before. So yeah.
Amazing. Is there anything else that you want to plug before we sign off for the day?
Play along podcast. You can check us out anywhere you find your podcasts.
They're fun.
We have not a ton of dating sim stuff, but we did do visual novels. We did a whole playthrough of Danganronpa. I mentioned that before. Danganronpa's a ton of fun. And I don't know I think we did a Doki episode early on in the podcast as well. So that's there for you too.
There you go.
Now our very hokey end of the episode.
Let's do this again sometime.
We
you guys sounded synced.
We nailed
I don't know if I was, but you two sounded great.
No, it's all good. That was great. That was perfect. We did it!
Yay!
We did it! Date With Us is produced and co-hosted by Claire and Kanisha.
Claire does the editing, and the intro music Glimmer was composed for the show by Jason Duran.
Find us on Instagram and Blue Sky as Date With Us Podcast.
And don't forget to share, rate, or review the show.
Tell your crush about us.
We dare you!